Welcome everyone, this is Planet Niels and today we are starting a new series, River and Sea, where I'll be playing a River Hobbit Mariner, which is combining the latest new race in Lotro with the new class in Lotro. It appears that I have arrived here in Mossward. Hello there. Welcome to Mossward, friend. Your kind usually keeps themselves over in the Storefels, don't you? Unless you hail from somewhere else. I smile politely, but decide not to tell the curious guard about my home in the Mist Hollow. And that I'll just tell him that I'm a simple sailor seeking help of any who may need it, especially now that I seem to have lost my boat. A sailor, you say? Well, so long as you cause no trouble for my folk, you're welcome to stay, though you are a bit away from the sea, aren't you? It takes a hardy sort to make a living here on the edge of the wild, and the folk in Mist Hollow will gladly put you to work if you're willing. I think you'll find the people here to be friendly and welcoming if you treat them kindly. Thank you, sir.
I see Geralt is out and about. Why not introduce yourself to him?
All right, thank you. I shall do so. Hello there. I hope you don't mind me staring. We don't see many adventurers in these parts. The nearest we usually get to that is Meneldir. He says that he's a ranger, but it seems to me that's just an excuse for having dirt on his clothes and disappearing into the wild at odd hours. But anyway, Mossward is a quiet village, always has been, and cause no trouble, and you can stay as long as you like. But first things first, you should pay a visit to our blacksmith, Scardy Benblade. He'll clean and fix up your gear for you. His shop is just up these steps. Look for the sign with the anvil on it. Alright, thank you very much.
The blacksmith shop is right there, up those steps.
Ranger, he says. Maybe I should tell them about the orcs I ran into at that ruined city. Yep, definitely a smithy.
Huh? Who's this?
Oh, hello there. You're an adventurer? I can tell. What brings you to Mossward? You can answer. The dwarf goes right on talking. This is a quiet village, and the folk here like it that way. I assume Bevan warned you not to disturb the peace. Of course he did. He says that to me near every fortnight, and if I might summon a troop of rowdy dwarves from my homeland at any moment. If only I could. What'd you say your name was? Oh, Pinesea. Pinesea.
We don't see many adventurers in Mossward. I suppose Meneldir counts.
I am no adventurer, Scardy.
Well, what are you then?
I was a ranger. It is quite different.
Bah! You won't find a better smithy for miles around, friend. Put your gear on the counter, and I'll fix it up for you.
Alright, there you go.
Very good. Won't cost you anything, friend. Not this time, anyway.
Of course. Thank you. We had quite some trouble last night.
Here you go. It's important to have a fine weapon.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's take that and that. There you go, nice and ready. Thank you. Just carrying around a bunch of equipment won't help you much in battle, as I'm sure you know. You want to make sure to equip your weapons before you get into a fight. I've already done that. jumped the gun a little bit into the tutorial. Okay. Actually, can I just talk to? Okay. My friend Scardy speaks the truth. You don't want to stride into a battle without your weapons equipped, for they will do you little good at the bottom of your bags. That's for sure. He is right on another point as well. Mossward's a quiet village, and few adventurers come this way. I suspect even fewer sailors, considering it's not next to a river, let alone one who carries herself as you do. What road brought you to Mossward on the borders of Swanfleet, my friend? You share some of the features of the folk who live up in the Storvales nearby. Do you come from one of those villages or from further away? You consider what should be said of your part to the curious stranger. Would you speak of your most un-hobbit-like desire to see distant lands and wander beyond the borders of your home? Or the dangers that even now encroach upon the lands of all free folk, compelling you to fight on behalf of those who cannot? And before you can choose the right words, Meneldor raises his palm.
I do not mean to pry. Your past is your own. My chieftain Strider always said... What is that?
Sounds like a bell.
The town bells! Something is amiss outside.
This isn't usual.
Follow me. Hurry.
Oh well, let's go. This doesn't sound good.
The town is afire! We are under attack!
Oh my goodness. Under attack? By whom? This smells like orcs to me. Heinze, but I cannot understand it. Orcs have not troubled these lands for many years. Come on, well, I ran into some yesterday in TitanBar, or whatever that town is up there. Oh, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Follow me.
Ooh.
Look there. We found the villain.
Oh, a goblin?
Show him no mercy.
Alright, fine. Guard.
That's the way. Well done, my friend.
I'm glad for any help that you can give me. Stay close.
But what will you do, Manel dear?
I will circle around and search for the one who leads these goblins. Farewell for now.
Rangers.
I mean, that's typical behavior of them.
Follow me, my new friend. There will be fighting.
All right.
The bells stopped. Are we safe?
I would not count on it.
Well, seeing that there's a goblin right here, I will say no.
What did I tell you?
Well, that takes care of those goblins at least,
Hillary,
but...
I see you met our new visitor. I like this one much more than these others.
Me too, Scardy. Come with us. Look ahead. Those are not goblins.
No, they're definitely not.
Uruks! Tegwin!
I'm not afraid, Mother. Not afraid?
Yeah?
This rat hasn't heard of the fighting Urukai, boys! The machinery of war has been set in motion. The time of the Orc is at hand.
Is that why you're wearing a hand on your insignia?
Mossward! Attack!
Kill them all!
Well, we'll see. I wasn't impressed.
Are you all right, son?
If I had a better sword, I could have slayed him myself. I wasn't afraid.
Oh, Tegwin.
Thank you so much for saving our son from those horrible creatures. What were they? Some breed of orc? Why would they come to Mossward? We are most fortunate that you are here, stranger.
What do you make of this?
Make of what? These Uruks have decorated their equipment with a sigil that I have not seen before. The mark of a white hand. It may be the symbol of this raiding party, but for all the hurt this band has inflicted upon Mossward, they were still few in number and disorganized. What need they for such a sigil? Well, none now, thanks to our efforts, but still I wonder. How to think on this, Pine Sea? What meaning might this mark possess? Will you ask Ellery if she's seen the symbol before today? Have you ever seen a white hand signal? A white hand? No, I've not seen this symbol before, and that troubles me. What new danger may this signify? For now, we should help the folk of Mossward recover from the attack. I trust that you'll lend us your aid. You've become embroiled in all this, just as I have. It is a life of adventure that you seek. I assure you that you may have found it, or if it has found you, yes, I was expecting to find it on the water. Ooh, you have become a part of the larger world, Pine Sea, and it may prove different than the ones in which you lived until now. Dangers must be faced and threats opposed and overcome if you're willing to strive against them. Not everyone is, but I judge that you're no stranger to triumphant victory. And a couple of defeats here and there, unfortunately. Well then, just take that. Nice to see this place in the light of day now.
Some of Mossward's residents sustained injuries we cannot heal.
Then these injuries are beyond our aid. We will mourn for them later, but now we must focus upon those who may still help. Another hands you a small bundle of bandages and a pouch of bitter-smelling salve. This is the last of my supplies, but there's no reason to save them for another day. Bring these bandages and this salve to the injured residents nearby. It's my hope that their hurts will not prove serious, and that these will ease the pain of their injuries. Alright. Let's see. See if this helps any. I appreciate the help, but I think I'll just lie here for a moment more. Okay, just don't lie there permanently. And let's see. Will this help your leg any? This bandage is just what I need. Thank you, stranger. Alright, and here's for you. Ah, thank you. You need a bandage?
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Well, that is more than enough excitement for today, I think. I don't recall seeing you around Mossward, Traveler. Though I imagine it wouldn't have been hard for me to see anything at all while I was hiding in one of those fine folks' cabinets during the raid. I hear that you helped to put an end to those oversized goblins, though, and I must thank you for that. What'd you say your name was? Ooh, Pine Sea, you say? Ah, and I am Frindolin Took. Pine Sea, that's a curious name for a most curious hobbit, I must say. Why, you bear a striking resemblance to the old Banderbras Took, the ball rower, as we Tooks call him. Yes, very like indeed, at least where height is concerned. Might you be one of the long-lost cousins? No? Oh, perhaps you're of the North Tooks then? No, you don't know what a Took, a North Took, or bull rower, or anything like that is? You say I hail from a place beyond the Misty Mountains, and I've been traveling around and went to sea for a while. Then we came up this river running, well, let's just say some trouble with some orcs that killed the rest of my crew. Ah, yes, yes. That is all well and good, but you might still be a took of some sort. Ha! Yes, just of course, yes. Even if you're not a took, I say that you're a cousin of mine, and it would be terribly rude of me not to invite you to visit the Shire. Oh, you'll need to follow the road up to Breetown, and then you'll want to head west. Once you cross the Brandywine River, you'll be in the Shire. But first, you'll want to stop in at Delving to talk to the mayor. Oh, Wilford. Yes, he'll want to give you a nice, proper Shire welcome. Oh, and if any of the Bounders give you any trouble, just tell them that Friedalin's invited you for tea, all right? All right, friend. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Hi. Hello, Elder. I finished distributing the medicine.
Thank you for aiding the people of Mossward.
Yes, the people of Mossward sometimes look down upon the ranger that were once my kin, but they do welcome their aid when it is offered. My former chieftain Strider may say that distrust of such folk does not bother him, but if that is true, then he is a better man than I am. Well, that's true for many reasons, Pine Sea. I have not been called to the Dunedain for some time now, but I would never question Strider's integrity or his courage. But look here, this Uruk had something in his hand. See if you can wrest it from his grip. Alright, let's see what it says. See. I really can't read this all that well.
Let's see if this parchment holds any clues for us.
Unless you can read that language, no. No, I can't read much of this. If this were an ordinary day, I would be grateful to have no reason to understand the black speech, but on this day, it is a cause for frustration. Oh, Pine Seed, what has happened to the blade? It did not fall far from his body, unless my eyes were somehow deceived. Hold on. I hear some excitement down over here. What's going on down here? I think I found the blade. Tegwin?
What do you want, stranger? No, I am not giving you this sword.
This sword is so much better than the wood sword that I was using before. I found it and it belongs to me now. My father says that when you're in a battle, you get to keep the spoils, and I stood up to these Uruks even when the town guard wouldn't. If anyone should get to keep that Uruk's blade, it's me. Well, wait a moment. You're an adventurer, right? If you promise to help train me in the adventuring arts, maybe I'll give you the sword. I'm not saying that I will. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe. It'll depend on how good your training is. So, what's my first lesson, stranger? What's the first thing I need to know to become an adventurer? Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Where can I take him? I got an idea. First off, let's tag that and find out if there's a stone circle anywhere around here. That should be a good starting spot. Ah! Here it is, right up ahead. What do you gotta say, Tegwin? Impressed? So, what's this?
I know that fighting is dangerous.
That's right. See, if I get knocked out in battle, I wind up here. In fact, that's how I wound up in your place last night. Oh, Very funny, stranger. I know that fighting is dangerous. That's why I'll try not to fight enemies that look to me beyond my capabilities. But sometimes it's unavoidable, I suppose. And when that happens, if I'm defeated, I'll find myself at the nearest defeat circle to where I fell in battle, right? That's it. Alright, where next? The smithy, that's it. Here we are, at the smithy.
Scardy spends more time fixing horseshoes than he does forging swords.
I mean no insult, Scardy, but it is true, isn't it? What use does an adventurer have with a shop like this? Well, in combat, your weapons are going to take damage. Your armor's going to get dented, and this is where you go in order to get it all repaired. Scardy clears his throat as you speak up. That's all cost coin, young Tegwin, horseshoes and swords alike. But if that rate is a sign of things to come, I think the swords might become more in demand than they were until now. Equipment is important, Tegwin remits, but I want to hit something. Alright, you want to hit something. Let's go outside and hit something. This looks like the best thing to hit for now.
Now this is more like it.
Alright, so let's see, what do I get for this? I get a ragged leather gloves, I presume. That certainly should be an upgrade. So it's the level. Whee! All sorts of things.
If you impress me, maybe I'll give you this Uruk sword.
Well, I'm ready for you to show off your combat skills, and if you impress me, I'll give you the sword. It had better be a good demonstration or the bargain is done. Alright, fine. Let's start out with a thrust, alright? Let's do a few thrusts. Whack! Now. There you go. How about that?
That was all right, I guess.
But surely you have more powerful attacks at your disposal. Alright, then I can first go into On Guard to increase the power of my thrust. Then I could use the swordplay skill, like On Guard, to gain a bonus to my next swordplay skill. Each swordplay skill will give a bonus to a small number of other skills you should use it carefully in order to maximize your effectiveness. On its own, On Guard will simply refresh your steady buff, and it will improve my thrust if thrust is the next swordplay skill I use. Alright, I want to see that. Alright, so I need to use... Alright, so we will start with... So I have advance here, and... Oh, thrust helps with the... Oh, plus 30% advance damage. So therefore, let's go to On Guard.
One more. Show me one more skill.
Okay, that was a decent show, I suppose. Tegwin struggles to suppress any show of excitement. Oh, one more, yes. Show me one more skill of yours and make it incredible, okay? I should demonstrate. How about Dramatic Flourish is a finisher swordplay skill to give you a potent critical hit buff. This damaging swordplay finisher requires that you be in forward state of balance or that you achieve often by hitting offensive skills, so therefore yeah, I think it's time for me to specialize first because I need to use Dramatic Flourish, Feint, or Thrum. So which of these lines shall we try? Let's try right, how about let's try Duelist. So I'll call this Duelist, and I will take this. Alright, now, I would say, when I take this, I get faint as a skill. Alright, and I get 1 point in there. Oh, which one do I spend it on? Deep punctures. Oh, that's a bleed. That's a 4-state buff damage. Bonus to 4 swordplay skills damage, and positional damage. Alright. For Mariner, positional is achieved by being in front of an enemy. Okay, so this is the opposite of what it is for Burglar, where you want to be behind them. Alright. Anyway, let's start with swordplay skills on this. And let's just apply that. Good. So that means my skill is faint, that I eventually need to do, and I need to be... Alright, so let's do... And there you go.
That was pretty good, I suppose.
Oh, fine. You upheld your side of the bargain, Pine Sea, and I will do the same. Here is Mathrun's weapon, as I promised. You'll bring it back to the ranger for me, I suspect? Mother and father will be pleased, but I still say that I should have handled such a weapon. But you could have, well... I think... Well, it's for his parents to decide, I guess, for now. But, let us... Where's Manel, dear? Ah. There he is. Here's the sword.
You recovered the Uruk blade from Tegwin before he hurt himself? Very well done.
I remember being Tegwin's age and dreaming only of adventure and excitement. I was not so very different from young Tegwin when I was a boy growing up in the angle of Mithethil, where my people dwell. I don't judge him harshly for taking the sword, and I hope that you won't either. His parents busy themselves with the work of fortifying Mossward's defenses, and I dare say they remain unaware of the boy's mischief. I'll not tell them if you don't. Alright, and I guess I take the tarnished... Oh boy, that's a nice upgrade.
I have been away from the land that was my home for many years now.
He has been away from his homeland. Is he going to tell us why, or is it in some other way important? We have to find that out in the next episode of River and Sea.